So Nicholas DeOrio.
The Nicholas DeOrio?
So I just kind of want to set the scene for what happened between me and Nicholas DeOrio. So what happened is Asmongold posted a reaction to one of Penguin Z0's videos. It was like a significantly longer reaction, probably had about 15 minutes of content on, but the thumbnail and the title was basically exactly the same, just with Asmongold's face plastered on. Then a guy called Moon saw these two videos, put them side by side, and poked fun at both of them. Cavelson saw that tweet, downloaded both screenshots, and made a tweet that really added very little. And I saw both of these tweets on my recommended side by side. I found that kind of funny. I took a screenshot, made a tweet just poking fun at it, so I'm just making a jokey tweet. It wasn't anything serious, wasn't a genuine comparison, just something I saw on Twitter and found funny. The tweet isn't really drama worthy or even situation based worthy. It's really a nothing burger. It's just a funny tweet that I posted like 2 o'clock in the morning before I went to bed. So I did eventually go to bed. I woke up and one of my friends, Mythical, had actually sent me a tweet from Nicholas DeOrio where he had screenshotted my tweet, cut me out, and then posted it onto his Twitter and said that underneath that yeah, I nabbed this guy's tweet, but I just wanted to keep the cycle going, something funny like that. I did end up making a tweet about this, but not because he had screenshotted my tweet, cropped me out and posted it. Didn't really care about that. I get it, right? It's the Twitter grind or whatever he wants to call it, right? He's doing his Twitter stuff. He's trying to make posts. I get it, right? What I found funny about it and what actually ended up making me want to make a tweet about this is Nicholas DeOrio's had my main account blocked for 1.5 years, and I just found the thought of him looking at this tweet, cropping me out, and then posting it while having me blocked as kind of funny, regardless of how he did it. So my tweet read, I think what makes Nicholas DeOrio's tweet of him screenshotting my tweet and cropping me out better isn't the actual tweet itself. It's the fact he did this was having me block them out. Gotta respect Nicholas's incredible hunger. Now that's just making, a quick jab at his weight. I thought that's something that the majority of people do when they're talking about Nicholas DeOrio, give a quick jab at how he looks because, people are shallow. And I'm an incredibly shallow individual, so, I just took my opportunity, threw it in a tweet. Didn't think anything of it, really, because, again, it's another jokey tweet, nothing too serious, nothing too drama-worthy, nothing too weird. Just found it kind of funny, kind of weird, wanted to tweet about it. Was it, really. I thought this is where this was going to end, and nothing else would come from it. But I was so wrong. Nicholas then made another tweet in reference to me in response to somebody who was critiquing him, saying I'm stealing someone else's tweet where he compared stealing tweets to copyright infringement, which is not something I did. I just found it funny that both of these tweets were complaining about the same thing. He had stolen the images, and they were both right next to each other. It wasn't like a serious comparison. I'm not sitting down going stealing tweets is the same as copyright infringement whatsoever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find something where I've said even close to that. And I mean, if you've inferred that from the tweet, that's really your own problem, because it's just not in the tweet. You're just reaching incredibly hard if you read my tweet and went, that's exactly what this tweet is about, comparing copyright infringement to stealing tweets. And I mean, I don't think any of the other 50 people who liked my tweet and replied thought that. I mean, this is very singularly a Nicholas DeOrio issue, and something he was doing to try and cover his arse because he got criticism. I guess to cover that fucking huge arse of his, he's got to come up with a lot of bullshit and reach really hard. So, I responded because I just didn't agree with his tweet and his analysis of my tweet. I just putting out something funny. Did the joke and tweet go over your incredibly large head? How are you chatting any form of shit whilst having my main blocked? I replied there on my second account because, like I said, he had my main blocked, and that was where the whole joke originally stemmed from. I didn't expect it to spiral to this point. He then responds with a Thanos gif of him saying I don't even know who you are, right? A pretty funny response. I thought that was the end of it, right? On my main account, I'd made a tweet saying, how long do you think it is until Nicholas DeOrio blocks me? After that tweet, he blocked me. It took 10 minutes. At this point, I'm thinking yet again, I can't go any further from here, right? He's blocked my main account, he's blocked my second account, right? 1.5 years between, he's had his fun, whatever. This can't go any further, right? He's running out of accounts to, view my tweets on. I was so wrong yet again. Nicholas DeOrio then loads up his private account because, of course, he's so very, very hurt that I said he had an extremely large head. And he tweeted out, I just fell down a rabbit hole. I guess the screenshot I posted for a bit was this guy's tweet, and he's completely incensed I memed it. I guess he was blocked on main, but it popped up on this account for you page, Lamar. Again, I'm a bit myth where he's getting this information from. I was incredibly angry over this tweet. I was seething, right? I had a fucking huge vein popping out my forehead. I was absolutely fuming that this guy had cropped my tweet and posted it on his account. Where none of my tweets come across like that. Majority of my tweets come across like I'm poking fun. The only one that comes across maybe a bit aggressive is my response to him, where he's saying that I'm comparing two things, which I just didn't. That's the only tweet where I come across maybe something other than jokey. But even then, my response to him saying I compared two things I just didn't wasn't very aggressive really at all. I said he had a large head and that was about it. And he felt the need to block me on my second account and then go on his private account to talk about this further. And I mean, if it comes across that anyone is angry in this situation, or a bit annoyed or frustrated, it's Nicholas DeOrio. He's the one that comes across, you know, maybe he's a bit annoyed that he's had to go onto his private account to continue to talk more shit. My main question is, I don't know why he went on his private account to talk this shit, because he's blocked my 2 main accounts, so I've run out of accounts to view his main account on anyway, so he might as well just continue to speak shit on there. I do love that Nicholas DeOrio is seen as a well-respected commentator, but as soon as someone says anything against him, or makes a comment against him, you know, a joke, he immediately blocks them, shitstalks them, and has like a bit of a meltdown about it, which I just find funny, right? If this was anyone else, if this was Tipster doing it, Twitter would have a field day with it. But that's Nicholas DeOrio's ability, right? He makes a couple of good videos, and then he can be the biggest, and I mean literally the biggest lolcow he wants to be. I wonder if his younger brother and lookalike Tipster, if he made good content, would be treated like this. And then he responds again when Smaggle gets involved and says, "Nah, it seems you got owned hard, keep sieving and finish the video." Nick responds with, "Dude, I can't believe I got owned for pretending to not know the very iconic Samuel." At this point, I and many others are just a bit confused, because no one said anything like this for him to make a response like this whatsoever. None of my tweets were about the fact he didn't know me. It was about the fact I found it funny he blocked me, and then he made this tweet, and then he, of course, had me blocked, and then continued to chat shit. That was it. That's all I said, right? And somehow it's become like a battle of the egos thing, which, again, I don't know where he's pulled this from his gigantic arse. Like, I just don't. Like, not once did I, or have I got annoyed at the fact that Nicholas DeOrio doesn't know who I am. Like, that doesn't change anything for me. I made my tweet regardless, because I found it funny that he made his tweets whilst having me blocked. That was it. Like, I don't get how it got so far. But also, his tweet doesn't make much sense, right? Because at some point, he has seen me around to not have only blocked my main account, but have also to screenshotted my tweet on his private account, cropped it, and then made a tweet about it himself. So it's like, it just doesn't make much sense. Like, it just seems kind of a bit like Nicholas DeOrio's rambling here. But also, of course, I'm rambling here. I made a 7-minute video out of just a funny interaction on Twitter for Slot Meal. Because, again, I just find it incredibly funny how it got to such a degree where Nicholas had to feel like he had to block my second account, then go on his private account to continue to talk about this, like some serious situation had just broke out. Like, couldn't you have done this on anywhere else? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get how Nicholas DeOrio is still a respected commentator. Not just for this, right? If everyone turned on him for this, it'd be a bit weird. Be a bit strange, right? But, like, this is just frequent behavior from him. Several times he's done similar stuff to this. You know, posted something, got annoyed that someone's then posted about it. You know, same old, backstabby. It's Nicholas DeOrio for you, but I just found this funny, and, you know, I wanted to share it on Slot Meal, because, again, I feel like this may be a bit like a story time. I know, I just wanted to make a video on it, you know, capitalize off this funny thing that happened. It's just so random. But let me know if you did enjoy this style of video, maybe if you want to see me do maybe more story times, if it involves commentary, if it involves just day-to-day stuff. I'd love to do a lot more story time content. I kind of enjoy it. I love telling stories. I love just talking. As you can tell, this video's been going on 8 minutes. So thank you everyone for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But I've been your host Samuel, and I will catch you in the next YouTube video.